Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're here to take a look at KANG YUCHAN and his track The Call of the Wild. We have the music video and the dance practice pulled up. We've been doing a mini marathon of his solo works, getting familiar with him under the new label Way Better for him since his time on Ace. So I'm ready, I hope you are. Let's watch. I'm gonna do house on this. A little bit BPM though, I'm not quite sure. But that hi-hat though. Make sure I'm turned up. See him full Afro. Those are my guesses. Either house or Afro and dance, maybe. I don't know. Great vibrato for this. Fun. So it just looks like freestyle for now. Is that what just the dance practice is going to be? I think that would be awesome. Like, I wouldn't have assumed there was going to be a dance practice to that because he's just living his life, which I think is a whole vibe and a half. There is a guy or somebody, Dog Shampoo. What an interesting name, huh? I want to meet that person because that's such a fun name. Anyway, okay, so it looks like a whole family affair, Hollow Gloom from 20 with YUCHAN. YUCHAN's been contributing to these lyrics, which I really like. It does help, once again, further what he wants to bring as an artist. He has lyric investment in it on what he wants to say. He's not just following what he's being asked to do. He's doing it low-key with his terms as a part of the influence. Okay, dance practice. We don't know who choreographed it. If there is choreography. This song's really fun. The tone, like how it's... Oh, the echo's so fun. Looks like we filmed this possibly the same day. So I place my guesses on what kind of choreo this could be. Harlem. Oh, can you save every night? Please stay with me. Yeah. Call my name. You crush me, but hold me so tight. I can't stop 'cause you break my life. I open my instincts. I like to call up the wild, the wild, the wild. You got me spinning all day. I just saw on the wall it says we groove better. That's a fun reveal. I appreciated that. Thank you for grooving in that moment. Nice little body roll. I don't know about the choreography, if I'm being honest. There's some nice moments in it, but for the type of track that it is, it does give the impression that the choreography is surface level towards the depth of some of these tones that are being carried throughout the track. The choreography you could put on another track and it would probably carry about the same. That's kind of how you would know, okay, there's a potential disconnect, especially if we're wanting to promote investment of promoting our genuine self in our own music. I'm curious if the choreography is also reflective of that. I'm not seeing it as clearly here as I'm able to hear it in some other, choices of, tracks that we've encountered together. Could that be a preference thing for me? I'm sure. I'm not absent from being, missing the bigger picture. And of course, just a simple conversation or hearing back end information would definitely help in me understanding the intention. I don't know turnaround time or anything, but it does not, unfortunately, give me the impression, and it's not because they're not doing house or they're not doing Afro, not at all. There's not really any textures outside of, let's say there was like a little snippet in the second verse that was really nice, that it felt that we cared about the tone of the track as a whole, right? This beginning, the sound is so fun. Like, listen to that. You can do like so many, it's just such a rebounding sound. And it feels like I'm being sucked into this incredibly deep cave of sonic explosion. It's so cool. It's not an explosion, but my point though is that it's imagine hearing that just getting with my headphones in. Like, it can teleport you. The dance, however, does not do that. The dance just looks like choreography on a track. But there's really not a lot of movement that's happening in this that gives the impression that it's invested in the way that it sounds like the production of it was. So, we're frozen. My life, little speed change. That's fine. And I'm going to say this too. No, it's not because he's incapable. No. I know his roots. Even with an injury, there's so much that he can do here. Body rolls, he knows how to do them. I freaking watched him from 2019 be able to do it. He's doing it great. The little ISO is fine. Then down, run, that's fine. Look to the front. See the fire, so we do a little trace and then we open it up. And then we have little eyes. So we're matching on his tone. We're not really word playing as much. And that's fine. You don't have to do that. But we go set me free. So we have a little accent and we pivot around. And then he's facing front. Let me say this. I can say this. In observation. For this type of, for the way better structure, we a lot of times we're going to have two dancers that are on either end of your artist. I think that's fun. It's a nice little fingerprint. But they don't really, what's the word? They're always on the sides, like wings are in the front. Very rarely do you see them be in different positions outside of those two spots. Now, an example of that not being the case would be, funnily enough, Eye Candy from 20. I had thoughts to share with that one. And that one did have in movement a very viral pocket of it did date the routine. Here, it's just there's not a lot of movement investment of texture that really helps carry the track in musicality. There's a heavy musicality discrepancy in this one compared to what would be expected. Now, does he have to have really complex movement? No. I do think that there was more personality and more genuinity of movement in his music video than here. So that could be something, but I mean, it's nice that we have something that can help with stage. He opens it up. There's that stay. When he repeats sounds or when he repeats lyrics, a lot of times you can use that as a dynamic opportunity for an add-on or for a break-off. You do see that pretty often, especially from columns. Da 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 da. Should be a cool opportunity. There's a lot of missed opportunities here, especially if you're gonna have dance. You can let the dancers have more physical responsibility so he doesn't have to do a lot if he doesn't want to, right? So it's unfortunate. Little Harlem is fine. They drop it down, oh, and there's your little head. He has really fun falsetto. So like that, can you say they do the same thing both times? Very easy opportunity to add a dynamic there, right? The turn. Now, I'm not dogging the routine 100%. No, there's some really, really cool moments in this. I'm excited to encounter them. So we're getting low, we drop it low to high, and then we punch it, send it out, and then you have a little shoulder out of it. A little bit, I mean, it is interesting that they said we groove better, but most of their choreographies do not have groove in them. And groove, if you don't know what it is, groove is your soul, groove is you as a person. From the actual, like, if we're talking from movement, that's really what I mean. Groove, you can have a groove in your track. So yeah, we could say they have that. When it comes to movement, however, what I've noticed in the artists I've seen, which is from 20 and YUCHAN. YUCHAN can groove. I've seen him do it. From 20, it depends on the track. Sometimes, I mean, the groove's supposed to come from the chest and the shoulders with support of the hips and the core. This is where your groove is. We see a lot of it in our choreography, and I do see it in his freestyle, which is probably why I tended to lean to YUCHAN's freestyle over this choreography for that reason. His traces are really nice too. The ball changes are fun. They rotate it, hold me so tight. A lot of unison. A body roll. Then we hit it, we hold it, pas de bourrée. Hold it, pas de bourrée, and then we open it up. And then he goes grab, grab, grab up. So we're hitting the percussion. Doom, 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 doom. Cool. And then this move here, we just open it up all the way around. There's a lot of repeated movement for it not having it does sound harsh. There's not a lot of opportunity for cool textures that they're taking advantage of. So whenever we see it repeated, it does showcase tendencies of redundancy. Where it doesn't make me, the dance doesn't make me enjoy the song more. I think I like the song significantly more. And normally you see dances that help with that. And then we run out of the way. They could have absolutely have just slid off, done something instead of running around the back. But it is what it is. That's whatever, right? And then hit a little step, step, step with a cross. It's fine like that part. We groove better. We're doing a little bit of groove, so that does help. If you're going to show it, have some groove. He did a little shamrock, which is fun. The hop out of it's fun. He's playing around with different pockets. And what I mean by that is he's playing around with different timings. So he's hitting on the pocket 4, pocket 3, pocket 2, which would be pocket 4 is every count but double time. And then when you have this, that's what that would be. Then you have the, and then you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of sound. So those are the 4 pockets, and then you can go outside of it, which is all the different, sounds that interrupt the flow of those pockets, right? So he's playing with that just existing as a human in how he wants to approach the track, which is what helps make it interesting. And he's mode changing, which means he's switching up what kind of textures he wants to do, regardless if it's marked or not. And that's probably what keeps it interesting. Plays away, little pas de bourrées. Then the dancers reveal in the corner. I love that so much. That's a fun way of having a dancer reveal. See, then can you stay? And look, he's facing front, and then they're, like little hype men in the back. I love this section a lot. I wish there were more opportunities like this we saw before we got to this place. We take it, we turn, we drop it low, high. The pulls, every day, every night. That part, he goes, oh, so he goes, oh. The dancers, unfortunately, only go down. They could have went, oh, to match pitch. So it's not 100% controlling because he goes up but the dancers don't. But I see the dynamic. I appreciate that. Should we have had more of those opportunities? Personally, I think so. I think halfway through, it's too little too late because some people are already checked out. The little body roll like that. That is awesome. I loved that. They get low. Now, let's give it the benefit of the doubt here. Yes, I'm being a bit on the critical side. And it's not because we're expecting more. I mean, it could be. I'm human at the end of the day. I think part of it is for a track like this, if you're going to have a dance to it, take advantage of how cool the song is. It's kind of like we're just doing the bare minimum is what it gives an impression. Now, I have no idea the headspace of the choreographer. I don't know who the choreographer is, and that's fine. And so if it's like, if the choreographer's like, how dare Jess say this? I mean, they have the free will to feel that way, just like I have the free will to say what I want to say, right? I do think that there is a lot of opportunity for growth within how this is structured in terms of the texture, you know? And I would say this is not the first time I've said this about a way better track. It was with Beat It by Friend 20. I really loved the track. There were a lot of missed opportunities from the dancers, and he had a lot of dancers too. So it was like a heavy, heavy dance visual track. So I'm just so curious about the back end on it. Like, how much time do we realistically give ourselves? You know, are we just, creating something for the sake of creating it, which is very different. If we're just sessioning and then we create something for video, that's very different than we're putting active effort into a promotion. And we're going through the practice, for multiple rehearsals, and this is going to be dance focused. I don't think this is dance focused, even though the track gives dance focus. Right? It's interesting. We get it low to high. Same choreo as before, we just switch windows. Ball changes are fine. They switch it up. Hold me so tight. They go, we can't stop, and the U, and then we open it up. And then he does same thing, open it around. It does look like we had them, yeah. So we just had the dancers just switch sides, exactly what we saw in Champagne Poppin'. Out of the two choreographies, I am leaning more towards the Champagne Poppin' more, but not by a lot. The little rooftop was fun, and then we reset with a shoulder, and there's Call of the Wild up, and then we just play with timing there. And then we open it up, bringing it in, open it out, tossing it, and then we send it back. Nice little heel. So we have more variety here, which I appreciate. The heel toe is nice. He knocks the elbow, causing everybody to have a response out of it. Then we ball change, which is really nice, and then we hop to it. I like the accent of the knees. Like, this is great. Fun deviation. I really like the hinge and lean on it. Like, that's really nice. And then we hinge around. I like what my guy does there. It looks like more artist freedom, right? And then we go a little tap to rotate it around. The shoulders are fun with the chest. That was nice. Thank you for that, right? That was groove. Like this. Come on. That little doom, doom, doom. Oh, God. Such a fun sound. Oh, tight. The pull-in is nice. The song's so cool. And we send it around. A little, just nice little introduction, little party moment. They're off stage. The wild. Cool. So look at him go. He did it. Yay! So I think we're officially caught up on YUCHAN at this point. I'm looking forward to seeing him with, his future endeavors. I like this discography of him as a solo artist a lot. I like how each one has a very different genre represented, but it's something that really gets to showcase his vocals, but also the types of flows he wants to operate in. From a dance standpoint, it's not as engaging, but there's a good chance that that's not our focus, and that's okay. It does make me curious about how we can make the dancing, when we choose to integrate it, make it to where there's more focal point opportunities. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Not focal point. More musicality investment from the sense of the movement to music connection, because I do feel a little bit of disconnect with that myself personally, as somebody who does listen to these genres of music and what you normally associate in movement quality to those things that really satisfy. Because if you think about it, a lot of songs or a lot of sounds and genres that we hear, there's certain movements that are culturally tailored in tradition at times, right? Now, a lot of these are hybrid, so we can, hybrid it up, whatever. But, we've had this conversation in many other styles. Like, if you're going to do a house track, which I would say this is like a sub genre of house, if we're going to call it that, there are house traditions that normally are in play because of the BPM or because of the timbres, right? Like the hi-hat and the consistency of that. That normally gets used in the groove of that. So if we don't get that, how are you going to navigate the track in a way that's going to be as engaging or as familiar as the traditions that you would normally see in movement, right? I'm not saying you have to do house on a house track. No, you can deviate and do something else. But if you're going to choose the dance, what are you going to do in the dance that's going to contribute in a way that makes it feel like I'm able to resonate with this track with your movement that you're doing? Because the movement should be a visual representation of what your song is if you choose to have it. But that could just be a hot take. It's just my thoughts, right? And so it does make me very curious about what he's going to do in the future, because he is more than capable. These dancers, everybody's more than capable of doing more, because I've seen it, right? I think Social is a great example. Really cool. Love the moments that were in that. So, but yeah, I want to hear from you guys. You know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.